Scientists use variables to express their measurements. For example, you can use a variable to express how high up an object is, or how long it'll take before that object hits the ground. But in physics, you need to know the difference between two types of variables, scalars and vectors. Scalars are any number that can be expressed with one value, for example, 6 meters per second, which is just a number followed by units. This value is known as the magnitude, because it tells us how big the scalar really is. Examples of scalars are 6 meters per second, or 8.4 millimeters, or 12. Scalars don't really have to have units. Vectors also have a magnitude, like 6 meters per second, but they also have a direction, such as east. 6 meters per second east is what we call a vector quantity. Examples of vectors are 6 meters per second east, or 12 yards northwest, or 8 feet at an angle of 60 degrees counterclockwise. Now you know the difference between scalars and vectors. When people are talking about different scalars and vectors, they often confuse variables. Two important variables that people keep getting confused are speed and velocity. Speed is a scalar quantity, meaning that if you had a frisbee going at 2 miles an hour, that frisbee could be going in any which direction, even though the frisbee is always traveling at a speed of 2 miles per hour. In other words, speed isn't as specific. Velocity is a vector quantity, meaning that if you wanted to know the velocity of a frisbee, you would need to know both its speed and its direction. If you change the direction, you change the velocity. Another two variables that people oftentimes get confused are distance and displacement. Distance is a scalar quantity, meaning that if you've gone 3 feet right and 4 feet up, you've moved a total distance of 7 feet. But displacement is a vector quantity. If you've moved 3 feet right and 4 feet up, then your total displacement is going to be 5 feet. And the vector will be in a direction of about 53.1 degrees. If you learned something and you want to see more, subscribe to our channel. Also, like us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. And as always, the more you know, the better you are.